Good day everyone. So welcome sa panibagong YouTube math tutorial natin. So today, ang i-discuss natin ay future value of the general ordinary annuities. So without further ado, let's start. So when we say general annuity, so an annuity where the payment interval is not the same as the interest period. So I already discussed this one do sa previous YouTube tutorial natin yung about simple annuity. So doon mas klaro kung binigyan ng difference o hinanapan natin ng pinagkaiba yung simple at general. Pero pag sinabi kasi natin general, tingnan natin yung definition, yung payment interval is not the same as the interest period. So, halimbawa, kung nagbabayad siya monthly, dapat yung compounding period niya ay hindi po dapat maging monthly para ma-consider natin as general annuity. And, pag sinabi naman natin general ordinary annuity, it is a general annuity in which the periodic payment is made at the end of the payment interval. So, sa dulo rin siya nagbabayad. So, just like a simple annuity, a simple ordinary annuity, sa dulo rin ito nagbabayad. Kaso nga lang, pinagkaiba, yung periodic payment and interval ay magkaiba na. Okay? Yung payment interval at interest period ay magkaiba na. Now, let's proceed with a formula. So, the formulas for future value of the general ordinary annuity. So, napapansin natin yung major formula natin sa taas is like yung katulad niya, it looks like the formula for future value in simple ordinary. Yes, yun pa rin yung gagamitin natin. Bakit, sir? Yun pa rin ang gagamitin natin despite this one is a general. Because we have here the value of I that is now help you to convert that one para maging compatible dun sa I ng simple annuity. So, kaya tayo nag-a-adjust dun sa I sa n. Para nang sa ganun, magagamit pa rin natin yung formula ng simple annuity na formula para sa future, no? Para hindi na tayo maraming formula ang iniisip. So, sabi, i-adjust na lang natin yung pagkuha ng I at pagkuha ng N. Okay, so sabi, ang pagkuha ng I is quantity 1 plus R raised to M sub 2 divided by M sub 2 over raised to M sub 2 over M sub 1 minus 1. However, ang pagkuha naman ng N is M sub 1 times T. So, ano po ba itong mga to? Again, yung R is the regular payment, I is the equivalent interest rate per payment interval converted from the interest rate per period. So, naka-convert na siya. So, that's the reason why magagamit na natin yung formula ng future. Sunod, I, N, number of payments, R is the nominal rate, small letter R is the nominal rate, M sub 1 is the payment interval, kung paano siya magbayad or mag-ipon, M sub 2 is the length of compounding period, kung anong klaseng compounding period ba siya, kung quarterly, semi-annually, so on and so forth. Next is the T, the term of annuity, and tandaan yung T is lagi in terms of years. Now, let's start with our first example with regards with this lesson. So, Chris started to deposit 1,000 monthly, the fund that pays 6% compounded quarterly. How much will be in the fund after 15 years? It's very obvious this one is a future value because we are looking for how much will be in the fund after 15 years. And what's the indication para nasabi natin ito ay general because monthly nag-deposit si Chris pero yung compounding period niya ay quarterly. So magkaiba. Yun po yung nagiging batayan natin para masabi natin general annuity yung isang problem. So let's start with the given. So what are the given? So P is, supposed to be this one is R, stand to be corrected, please. Thank you. So, R, is 1,000 pesos. M sub 1 is 12. M sub 2 is 4. Now, bakit po M sub 1 is 12? Kasi monthly siya magbayad. And alam natin yung monthly is equivalent to 12. And yung compounding period natin quarterly, ano naman natin yun ay 4. Followed by T, which is 15 years. So, next is the small letter R or RM sub 2 is equal to 0.06. Na-convert ko na siya, class, ha? Hindi ko na siya pinakita 6%, 0.06. Wala nang ganun. Okay, dinidiretso na natin yan. Next, N is M sub 1 times T. So, M sub 1, gamitin natin yung M sub 1 which is 12 and yung time na 15 years. If you're gonna solve that one using your calculator or using your mental mind or mental math, that would be 180. So, I forgot to write here 100. There you go, 180. The next, let's solve for the value of I. So sabi, ayun, no, na-delay lang yung ating transition sa 180. So yung I natin is equivalent to quantity 1 plus rate raised to M sub 2 divided by M sub 2 all over, raised to M sub 2 divided by M sub 1 minus 1. So again, substitution lang muna ito, no? Yung R, M sub 2, ito lang yon yung rate. Ayan. So, yun lang yun. Yung m sub 2 natin magiging 4, yung magiging 4, at yung m sub 1 natin ay magiging 12. So, mangyayari, ayan. So, 0.06 over 4 raised to 4 divided by 12 or minus 1. So, next, ang gawin natin, pwede natin ito i-solve. Ayan. And ito, pwede na rin natin i-solve yan. So, ganyan lang yan. So, solve na natin yung dalawang yan. So, ang mangyari, 1.004925332 minus 1. So, ibig sabihin, if you're gonna simplify this one, i-erase mo to sa 4 over 12, ang sagot po ay 1.004925332 minus 1. And if you're gonna simplify that one, the answer is 0.00492533326. And again, 5 lang ang kukunin natin. So, you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And ang kasunod ng 2 ay 5. And that's the reason why the answer should be 0.00493. So again, if you're wondering how I get this one, so ang una kong ginawa dyan ay dinivide ko tong 0.06 divided by 4. After that one, inadd ko po sa 1. Okay, so if you're gonna compute that one in your calculator, you can be, so 0.06 divided by 4. So whatever is the answer, add by 1. And then whatever the answer, erase mo siya sa 4 over. And then after that one, you will get the same answer with me, which is 1.004925332 minus 1. Okay, next is to solve for the future value. So again, substitution na lang to, mabilisan na lang. So yung R natin is 1,000. Then yung ating I is 0.0490. Then yung ating N is 180. Then ang mangyari, naging 2.425318418. So sir, paano naging ganito? So katulad din ng ginawa ko, shinortcut ko na siya. So gagawin ko, inadd ko na lang to. So 1 plus 0 is 1. So yung papalitan mo lang to ng 1. Ganyan na siya. And then, erase mo lang sa 180. So, if you're gonna follow my instruction, lalabas na yung 2.42. Let me repeat. Sige, para hindi kalito, no? Tanggalin natin yung red mark right here. Tanggalin natin yan. There you go. So, paano ko nakuha yung 2.42? Ito lang ginawa ko dyan, class. So, first, I add this value inside the parentheses. So, the result is 1.0. Ito, sulat ko yung result dito. 1.00493. Ayan. Ayan yung result nung nasa parentheses, no? 1.00493. Then, next na yan, i-erase mo siya sa 180. And kapag nagawa mo yun ng tama, lalabas na yung 2.425318418. And then, next, after mo makuha yung 2.42, ima-minus mo na siya sa 1. So, ang result ay 1 na lang. So, mangyari, makukuha mo yan. Then, whatever is the answer, 1. Ito, di ba, 2 minus 1. So, magiging 1 na lang yan. So, you can remove this one as 1. And then, you can divide it by 0.0493. So, after na divide to 0.493, itatransfer mo na sa 1,000. And after that one, you will receive or you will get the value of 288,745.81. So, hindi ko na po pinakita yung detailed solutions kasi doon sa mga previous video natin, napakita ko naman yung kung paano i-solve yung future value ng pa isa-isa. So, you can refer that one to that kind of video so that alam niyo po yung sinolve ko step by step. Pero in this case kasi class, we need to level up our approach. We need to level up things na medyo kailangan natin minimal na yung mga steps para nang sa ganun, ma-lessen na yung time consume natin sa pagsosolve ng mga ganitong problem. Kasi pag nag-exam tayo, we have at least an hour to finish our exam. And kung gagandahin natin palagi, maubos po yung time natin, no? Next. Let's proceed with the second example. A teacher saves 5,000 every 6 months with a bank that pays 0.25% compounded monthly. How much will be her savings after 10 years? So again, starts with the given. So that would be R. Again, pardon in this case. Pardon me with here. Gawin natin R yan. So R is 5,000 followed by M sub 1 which is 2. Bakit 2? Kasi every 6 months siya. So ilang 6 months ba meron sa isang taon? Dalawa. M sub 2 would be 12 kasi compounded monthly. Okay, and then followed by T, which is 10 years, followed by RM sub 2, that will be 0.025. Again, I already convert this one, ha? Hindi ko na po pinakita yung move pa ng decimal. So, again, just like what I said kanina, kailangan medyo mabilis na tayo mag-solve ngayon. Mas pinalilesen na natin yung steps para mas makatipid na tayo ng time. Okay? Next is N is equal to M sub 1 times T. So, again, M sub 1 would be 2, T is 10 years. So, if you're gonna compute that one, that would be 20 periods. Okay? So, next we need to convert 20.25% compounded monthly to its equivalent interest rate for, ayan na. So, i-convert na natin. So, I is equal to 1 plus R m sub 2 over m sub 2 raised to m sub 2 over m sub 1 o minus 1. So again, you substitute. So our m sub 2 mo ay magiging 0.025. Yung m sub 2 mo is 12. Then, m sub 2 mo ay 12. M sub 1 mo ay 2. So, mangyari dyan class, ito, masisimplify mo na ito as 12 divided by 2, that would be 6. So, 6 na lang yan. Ayan, lagay natin dito. And then, you can simplify this one. And then, whatever is the result, so again na, i-divide mo muna to. Divide mo yan. So, kung nakuha mo na yung sagot, dapat i-add mo yan sa 1. Dapat ma-add mo na siya sa 1. Whatever si answer, i-add mo sa 1. Then, erase mo sa 6. And you will get 1.0012506651 minus 1. So, ganun lang naman siya ginagawa, class. Tandaan nyo lang yung steps, no? Again, we lessened the steps na para mas mapilis na yung pagsosolve natin. Again, what I did is first I divide this one, and then next, whatever is the quotient, I need to add by 1. And then, whatever is the result, whatever is the, at least the sum of these two, erase mo siya sa 6, and you will get 1.0012506651. And then, do not forget, you need to subtract it by 1, so that's the reason why it becomes 0.0012506651. And again, 5 lang kukunin natin, so let's count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Since ang kasunod ng 5 and 0, so no need to add 1. So the final answer will be 0.00125. Since kompleto ka na, you have the value of r, you have the value of n, and you have the value of I, you may now proceed with the solution for future value. So to solve for future value, ang sabi, ayan. So 5,000, quantity 1 plus 0.00125 raised to 20 minus 1 all over 0.0125. Next, gagawin natin dyan, ayan. So, tingnan natin. Labas na natin lahat. So, ang una kong ginawa, ito mas detailed to class compare kanina, no? So, ang gagawin ko, i-raise ko to sa 20. So, 1 plus 0 is 1. Okay, then I raise it to 20. So, ni-raise ko na siya sa 20 class. Then, niretso ko na to sa calcu, tas ito yung lumabas. 1.025. 99113. So again, paano ko po nakuha yung 1.02522? Ito, is nanggaling yan dito. So I need your calculator. You need your calculator to solve this one. So I just press this one in my calculator, raise it by 20, and the result will be 1.02. And do not forget, since may minus 1 ka ba dyan, you need to subtract 1 minus 1, and the result is 0. And then you just copy every decimal number that we have. So right here. Wala tayong tinira, lahat yung copy yan, no? So, ayan, 1. Yeah, next is to divide this one into this. So, the result will be 20.239304. So, paano nakuha ito? Dinivide lang po natin ito dito sa denominator. And do not forget, since we have here parentheses, meaning you multiply to your value of r, which is, it happens, it's 5,000. So, the final answer should be is 101,196 pesos 0.45 centavos. So that's how you get the value of future value, no? With regards with general ordinary annuity. So again, katulad ng sinasabi ko sa inyong video, kung nalilito, mag-post, tingnan na mabuti, pakinggan ang sinasabi sa video, nang sa ganun, malaman ninyo yung tamang step by step na ginagawa natin to solve a certain problem like this. So, muli, this is Math Turo, no? So, sana marami ulit tayong natutunan sa ating lesson na ito. So, muli, huwag kakalimutan mag-subscribe, pindutin ang like button, at huwag kakalimutan pindutin din ang notification bell nang sa ganun updated kayo sa lahat ng video ilalabas natin patungkol sa General Mathematics for Grade 11 for the new curriculum. Maraming salamat po. Thank you and God bless.